16 News Now investigates how online scammers could be targeting you or your loved ones. But what are the common scam tactics and what flags, red ones, should you be looking out for?
Carly Lucas talking with the Better Business Bureau and breaking down data from federal officials to bring you those answers and help you avoid becoming the latest victim.
The internet was promised to be the information superhighway, but sadly, scammers are out there trying to hit you head on with a cash grab. And while you may think a scam could never happen to you, your parents, or even your grandparents, those who take advantage of people online are coming up with new ways to find victims, often targeting senior citizens who are just trying to keep in touch with friends and family using social media.
When you have the wrong person giving you that attention, they're really only there to bilk the senior out of the money that they have worked so hard for over their life.
One of the most common ways scammers prey on seniors is through the promise of a relationship, exploiting loneliness for profit.
You're looking for love, and unfortunately, it's basically catfish with the financial aspect.
You'd think scammers would show some red flags early on, but experts say these scammers are good at what they do. They often wait a month or two after a relationship is established before asking for anything.
They'll try to get you on the hook, and then they'll start to ask for money, potentially small amounts at first. And, we've seen people lose thousands and thousands of dollars. There'll be an emergency. They'll need some money. They'll need, they'll need something from the senior. And because you've been in a relationship over the last few months, you'll think nothing of it.
And even if you do question their story, they might have what seems like proof.
But we know that scammers are really good, and they can show fake invoices and fake hospital bills and, all kinds of things. So it just gets really sticky, especially because your heart is now entangled, right? Unfortunately, common sense goes out of the window when love is involved, and scammers know that.
A group known as Social Catfish works to help people verify online relationships to keep people safe. But they say a record $547 million was lost to romance scams in 2021. In Indiana, this group reports a loss of over $131,000 per 100,000 residents. Overall, the state had 369 victims report losses of nearly $9 million. That's according to data from the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center and the Federal Trade Commission. But that data can only be determined by the scams that were reported, something the Better Business Bureau says doesn't always happen.
For every scam reported to us, there are probably 9 more scams that go unreported. So a lot of times victims, especially senior victims, are very embarrassed that they have been scammed.
Though it's never a victim's fault for getting scammed, there are ways to avoid it. Here are the tips you need to know to keep you and your family safe. Some scammers will ask to send you money and have you wire it to their family overseas, but this is a trap, tricking you into participating in a money laundering scheme. Avoid it by never providing your bank information and never sending or accepting wire transfers. Cryptocurrency romance scams are also on the rise, accounting for the largest losses in 2021 of $139 million. That's up 25 times over what was reported in 2019. Instead of asking for money, scammers may try to get you to invest in a bogus crypto account. Avoid this by never investing money with anyone you met online. More than 1/3 of romance scams in 2021 started on Facebook or Instagram, so it's crucial to know who you're talking to.
We really encourage seniors to talk to their family about any new friends and relationships that they may be experiencing, and really, don't hide that. Don't hide that from their family. We want to make sure that they're talking about it openly with their family so that their family can assess red flags if noticed, and kind of move from there.
Scammers can sometimes use a fake profile, often stealing someone else's pictures to make themselves look more appealing. But you can be your own internet sleuth by using a reverse Google image search. You just put your photo right into the image search bar and confirm that person's identity in a matter of minutes. You also need to look out for hackers who may have accessed your friends' accounts and are now using them to get your money.
A lot of scams start with a direct message. They start with potentially looking like they're coming from a friend, because again, that Facebook profile could be hacked.
No matter what type of scam is at play, targeting seniors seems almost too cruel to comprehend. So why do they do it?
They are looking for someone who has resources so that they can scam them. It doesn't help a scammer if they scam someone who doesn't have money.
And while seniors have been the most targeted age group and the ones losing the most money to online scams, that's now starting to change.
We're actually starting to see that the younger demographic is being targeted more, that 18 to 24. And actually that demographic is losing the most money on an average of about $150 per person.
Regardless of age, scammers are looking for the right opportunity to take advantage of someone like you.
I think it's really important to note that any one of us can be taken on social media. It's very, very common because you do not always know who's on the other side of that Facebook profile.
With the impacts of a scam extending far beyond your bank account.
When you're scammed, when you're victimized, you feel as if you have been taken advantage of. The more and more scammers do what they do, the less trusting we all become.
If you or someone you know has fallen victim to an online scam, you can help prevent others from experiencing the same misfortune by reporting those scams to the Better Business Bureau, your state's Attorney General, or the Federal Trade Commission. You can find those links with this story on our website, WNDU.com. For 16 News Now Investigates, I'm Carly Luca.